Um, Obviously, you go back to we didn't play them that long. It wasn't that long ago when we played them, so we had some fresh ideas about adjustments that we want to make, how we were going to guard them. When somebody beats somebody bad, there's an assumption to think that team is this great, that team is that bad. Well, nobody's that good or that bad. We beat Arkansas here by 25, whatever it was. We weren't that good, and they weren't that bad. Sometimes you start throwing balls in, and you look better than you actually are, and the other team looks worse than they actually are. But we came away from that game once we got back from that trip from hell on Thursday. By the way, at 2:30 in the afternoon, we were still landing in the airport here in Sugar Land. But I digress. But once we poured over the film to coaches, we obviously met. I think we got back at 1:30 in the morning, and we came in and met at 9 o'clock. And I just wanted to watch all their made baskets, just the first half. And they played great, but I also knew that we could play a lot better. And the area that we had to get better at was choking off the three-point line. We did a great job tonight of not over-helping or not dropping. Now, sometimes when you take something away, you're going to give something up. Now, what we gave up tonight was some offensive rebounds that they're not going to get normally against us because we're a good rebounding team. But I'd much rather give up some offensive rebounds maybe than to give Shamet and Frankamp, Reeves, those three guys especially, open looks. So we made a concerted effort. But Galen Robinson, Armani Brooks, Corey Davis, Rob, those four guys especially, they really competed. And there's a big difference in playing hard versus competing. We always play hard. But tonight we really competed. And we believed we were going to win this game. Our guys kept hearing that, Wichita State, lost and they're going to come in here mad. What about us? We lost too.
Kelvin, you came here obviously to change the culture, make a difference, that sort of thing. And you said some teams are not as good as they look, not as bad as they look, but the media loves labels. Do you look at this as a signature win to date for your program?
Obviously it is. But I saw one of my former managers that were here my first year, and he said, "Coach, we've come a long way." And that's the first time I really thought about it. I just thought about that first year. We only had 5 guys on scholarship, and that might have been the most overachieving team I've ever coached. That team won 13 games. I'm still trying to figure out how that team won 13 games. That team should have won 5 games, but they won 13. And but yeah, we're building the program. We have good players. This is a signature win. But I just think there's bigger and better wins down the road for us. That's why this is not a day of celebration. You appreciate the day. And I'm happy for our fans. All of our fans that came out to see the game today, hopefully they'll come back and see the Cougars. I hope so. We've got a good thing going on over here at Texas Southern. I was talking to my man over there. I'm not sure I want to go to the Fertitta Center next year. We may treat the Fertitta Center like the Toyota Center, decide to play them all here. But I don't think we'd have won that game. I don't think we'd have had the same ambiance or the same atmosphere had this game played at the Toyota Center. That's why I fought to keep it here. After we beat Arkansas early in the year, I saw what a good crowd could mean to our kids. But Wichita State had it at their place. You cannot believe how electric that was that night. I think they had everybody from Dorothy and Toto and the mayor. It was a coronation night for them. It was their first game ever in the American Athletic Conference, and and they were there celebrating, as they should have. And it was an unbelievable crowd. Obviously I've seen a lot of great crowds, but, been a part of a lot of great home crowds. Wichita State's fans are outstanding, man. They know how to support their team, and they did a great job that night. I mean, they blew the roof off that place. And then when you throw in all those three-pointers they were making, we didn't know whether it was on foot or horseback start that game. But for us, as we're building this program, and ours, we've been here 3 years, and we're into our fourth season. We haven't finished it yet, but I just like where we're going. Even if we'd lost this game today, I would like where it's going. I know where we started, and I know where we're going to be as we move forward. But what this does is tells the average fan that doesn't pay much attention to us that we're good. People that come to see us a lot, they knew we were good. But the people that maybe doesn't pay much attention, and when they see that University of Houston beat Wichita State, then that'll perk their ears up, and that's a good thing.
Kelvin, you hit on it in your opening remarks about the defense, but to limit Landry Shamet in the first half with no points and really not let him get going. How much did you guys feed off of that, being able to take?
That was the game plan. What time did we? What time did you guys walk in here this morning, Rob?
6:15, 6:05.
Yeah, I brought this team here at 6 o'clock this morning. I think it was. I got here at 5:45, and they came right after me. But I think it was around 6:06, and that's what we worked on. We knew where they were going to get their shots from, and we knew we had to do a great job of not relaxing. They're very disciplined. They run good stuff, and they hit us in the mouth with it the last time. But you play somebody twice during the year, not once. So we split. It's no longer that game; it's these two games, and the way we guarded them today is the way we've got to guard everybody going forward. Last week we played East Carolina. I thought for 34 minutes, that was the best defense. 34 minutes I've had a team play since I've been here. Now, Thursday night was just, I felt sorry for our kids. That game should have been canceled, to be honest with you. Should have been canceled. Our conference should have stepped in and said, you know what, it's after 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and Houston's still trying to get from the airport. Our kids really shouldn't have had to play that game. But we're going to talk about that later, one of those extenuating circumstances if it gets down to it later in the season. But I thought the most important thing today was our kids' commitment to a game plan. This is how we're going to guard. When they run these actions, here's the way we're going to guard. The best game plan in the world is not going to matter if you don't have committed kids. And our kids were committed. I was really, really proud of our kids. Regardless of points, individual points. I don't really care about that. Rob will be the first one to tell you. I could care less about how many points people score. But I thought that was the best defense Rob's played all year. And our most valuable player today, without question, was Corey Davis. He was outstanding at both ends.
Kelvin, to play off your quote from a couple of days ago, did you bring your guys wearing bulletproof vests, or did their AKs jam?
Well, I don't know. My mother probably wouldn't have been real proud of that statement. I started thinking about that. I think about my mother a lot when I make statements like that. She would have said, "Son, that's not nice." She used to say that to me a lot. That's not nice.
It was funny.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been funny to her. So I probably shouldn't comment on it out of respect to my mother.
You shot that question to hell. Thanks.
Yeah. What's your language?
Just how satisfied are you by your team's ability just to respond whenever they seem to make a little bit of a charge and try to get back in? You guys were able to kind of hold them up and respond.
Yeah, and I think that's because we're a good team. We've had big wins. Playing Wichita State for us was we've already played them, but we've also this is what is our record, by the way?
15-4.
So this is our 19th game. You know, we've been there. You know, we've been up big on someone, and they start coming back. Providence was when we played Providence in Connecticut in December. We were up like 18 or 19. All of a sudden, they made a run. We called timeout, and we kind of know where to go from there. But that starts with your leadership. You know, I thought Devin Davis was another one that was a stud today. Our seniors were good. Breon still, you know, to start the game, Breon warmed up. He warmed up, and he could play to start the game. But, boy, when he goes and sits for 20, 25 minutes and then come out the second half, I knew he just can't do it. His ankle's nowhere near ready. And obviously he makes us a better team. You know, he got us a basket inside. Once we get him back, I think we can continue to improve. But how about Nura? You know, Nura came off the bench today and played tough. That's a good front line. Morris and Nerger and Kelly and McDuffie. I'm missing somebody probably. Fabian White is just getting better and better and better. You know, you think about how good that kid's going to be. But you know, one of the things that makes him better is he has to go against Devin Davis, Breon Brady, Nerger, Nura, and Chris every day. You know, last year at Tascasita, you know, he wasn't breaking a sweat getting 28 and 17. You know, and now in practice every day, he's going against men. And that was a man's game tonight in that paint. Those two teams, those two good teams battling each other in that paint tonight.
I got time for one more question if you got it.
Kelvin, Greg was asked if you're an NCAA, worthy of the NCAA tournament. He said if you play like this, you are. So what do you think about that?
It's probably accurate. You asked me about his quote?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's an accurate quote. I agree with him. We play like that, we are.
Rob, how old are you?
23.
Corey, how old are you?
20.
So it's been since 22 years since U of H has won a game like this. Was number 3 Memphis 96 for both of you. You guys either were like 1 or 2. What do you think about this? And Kelvin did call it a signature win. You can go, Rob.
Like Coach Hampson says, Coach Quanon says, whenever we leave here, we're either going to be remembered or forgotten. So we just want to hang a banner. We want to go out, compete every day for the city, for the fans, and for our university, and just show all the hard work that we put in. You know, we went up to Wichita State. We feel like we embarrassed the university and we embarrassed this program. So it was on our minds to come out and just play as good a defensive effort as possible tonight.
Yeah, definitely. We knew how big this game was without even saying it, without even uttering a word. We knew that we had to come in and not necessarily play over our heads, but play the basketball that we know we play. Because there's been a lot of games where we've shown how good we can be, and we just held ourselves to that high standard. I think tonight we exceeded that definitely because we were so focused.
I want to ask both of you about the emotion when you're doing what you're doing out there against a team ranked at top 10. I think after the dunk, you came down court and you were flexing, and after Armani's 3, you kind of stomped the floor and were pumping. Just how much emotion did y'all feed off today to kind of carry y'all through it? Because you didn't seem to let them get up off the floor when y'all knocked them down.
Shout out to the crowd, the student section. You know, it was a very live environment. I'm pretty sure that could help more often. We need to work on getting make that more regular. But it was timely. I mean, we needed that top 5 win, so we appreciate them. And it's a game. We play hard, we practice hard, and whenever you get out there and things are going well for you, and you're going in a positive direction of winning a game versus a top 5 team, and it's a lot of emotion. It's just fun, hard to explain.
All right, I can definitely speak for me and Rob. Me and Rob are very emotional basketball players, so we like to play with our hearts on our sleeves at all times. Like we just love the game so much. So like just being in this environment, this game, the stakes, just everything that's going on at once, it just brings that type of basketball players out of us. And I think everybody got to see what we really were about today.
Question? You got one coach.
For both you guys, Rob first, describe how you guys were able to execute so well on the defensive end. Coach Sampson talked about your guys' effort to kind of keep them off the three-point line. How are you guys able to execute so well on that defensive end?
Well, they're the number 1 three-point shooting team in the league. We know that that's a big part of their offense, and if we can slow them down there, we can slow them down overall. And Frankamp and Shamit, very good shooters. We limited them a lot tonight, and that was a big part of why we had them such a low point total in the first half. And that was a big emphasis this morning when we came in to work out this morning at 6. You know, some people might have been complaining because you're getting up so early and we have an early game, but, you know, we all trust in Coach Sampson, and we know that his plan is the best for us. And we woke up this morning, and we was the ones that were ready to come and compete the most in the first half, and it showed.
Yeah, we as a team, we definitely hold ourselves to a high standard on the defense end because we know we can score the ball at any time that we want. But we always, in every practice, every game, we take pride in our defense. And sometimes it may not show, sometimes it does. But we every day we definitely work on that side of the floor.
Would you guys say y'all were more physical in today's game than the game in Wichita?
Oh, for sure. We did everything better across the board in this game today. At Wichita, we were not representing Houston basketball culture at all. We came out. They had a very live crowd. They hit 10 threes in the first 10 minutes, and we were battling uphill ever since. But tonight we came out and we established that we were here to compete, and that's all it's about.
Yeah, we just came out focused, ready to play. I mean, we already knew we had a chip on our shoulder from that last game. So I just knew we felt the energy throughout practice all this entire week that this was going to be a different game for sure. We weren't just going to come down, lay down, let them punch us in the mouth the entire time. We were going to fight back.
Corey, what is it like when their leading scorer takes one shot in the first half and doesn't score? And that's kind of what Coach said y'all worked on in the morning, to see that happen and kind of allow y'all to kind of build that lead. Because, I mean, you took their best player out of the game.
Yeah, makes my heart happy. Helps my team definitely.
Yeah.
So once again, I'm a team player first. Like I don't care about anything else but doing my job and helping my team win. So I knew I had to come in. Frank Camp, Shamit are very excellent shooters. So we had to get up in them and make them do everything uncomfortably, and that's what we did.
And Rob, you've said since the beginning of the season that you want to put up a banner before you leave here. We asked the Wichita State coach. He's been in a lot of NCAA tournaments. If you guys were an NCAA tournament team, if you were worthy, he said if you play like this, you are. I don't think you need anybody to confirm it, but what do you guys feel like in terms of when you have performances like this and against Arkansas of what people are looking at if y'all are a tournament team?
Yeah, it just shows to me that just need our respect. You know, got to stay hungry, got to stay humble, continue to fight. Nothing is given, everything is earned, but we just got to keep putting these good wins under our belt, and when comes Selection Sunday, nobody can take that from us. Just got to continue to handle business, win every game we're supposed to win, and then win a couple we're not supposed to win. And that'll be the recipe for us getting exactly where we want to be.
On that note, is that something you guys talk about on a daily basis or on a regular basis, whether amongst yourselves or on the team on the tournament? Obviously, it's a goal, but is this something that you guys actively discuss?
Oh, yeah, for sure. We're a family. We discuss everything. Everything stays amongst us. We're all grown men. We speak to each other like grown men, from assistant coach to head coach to walk-on to trainer to manager. We all close, and we all speak and identify and just practice our culture every single day. Coach Sampson is really big on that. And, you know, whenever we're not making shots, our culture is going to make us win. So when we're making shots, we're just a tough team to beat. So, yeah, we definitely discuss these things every day, and we always point to that empty spot on the wall where we should hang this banner for 2018.